So one of the things that I really would like to emphasize and stress on, and this really comes from our patients, and not just patients, but pretty much nowadays, we really have a dysfunctional relationship with food. And that's multifold. It's not anyone's fault, actually. It's our society's fault if there is anything there. Because we have the food industry obviously marketing their product, as everybody would. If you have a product, you want to market it. It has become our understanding of what exactly is food. In fact, I tell my patients, diet seems to have become almost like a dirty word. But diet literally means your food. So diet does not mean calorie restriction. It just means what you eat. And one of the important things that I think you should focus on to start off with, it's not an all or none. We do, for example, tell patients, never have carbohydrates, never have cake again, never have sweets, never have a donut, that never will not work, because it's really, to look at it, it's really more like a string. So you can deprive yourself a day, 2 days, 3 days, a week, a month, and what happens is that string breaks and you jump and you go on this binge eating. And this is actually a complex relationship. It's psychological and it's actually chemical dependence too. Remember, what research has found is that when we eat sugar, it triggers the same part of the brain, the hippocampus, that actually is triggered by cocaine. So it's a pleasure centers. Don't make your relationship with food all or none. But then, when we go, for example, and we buy, sake of an example, a muffin, it is that big. That thing does not exist. It only exists on alien planets and in the United States. So, what we do is we have to cut that and say, well, if this thing is 600 calories, I only need about a really small piece of it. And if you pay attention and you notice, after you have a small piece of that muffin, you will not taste the same sweetness as you keep eating through it, because your receptors are actually overflowed now with all the refined sugars. So make your relationship with food not as all or none, but proportion. Proportion, proportion, proportion. That is the most important thing. You're not the only one who struggles with this every day. I struggle with that every day as well, because I see this really beautiful, cake with all these colors on it and it tastes so good. But you have to say, I'm going to have a little piece of this and I'm going to actually get up and walk away. Because as long as you're sitting there, the other relationship we have with food is automatic eating without even noticing. And that you don't enjoy the food, and the brain doesn't even understand that you've actually fulfilled it, because you ate it and all of a sudden the whole plate is empty and you're wondering, where did the food go? I don't even feel full. Remember, food and the relationship of the brain, the gut with food is a complex one. So let's start by trying to reformat and adjust there.